So we're going to talk about uncertainty in measurement today, which leads to everybody's least favorite topic, significant figures. And uncertainty in measurement can be thought of as how good or reliable a measurement is based on the true or actual or the accepted value. So what I've done is I've taken out my used and abused kitchen scale, which is sometimes used to weigh kittens, actually, and never in the kitchen, and the pocket scale I got to see how it would work for this class, which are over here. That's my kitchen scale, and that's the scale that many of you guys have. Okay, so I'm turning that one back on. All right, and when you look at the kitchen scale, if I put it in units of grams, which I think it is now, yes, the kitchen scale is good to plus or minus 1 gram. So that means it should be good. If something weighs 100 grams, it might say 101, it might say 99. We'll see that if something weighs 1 gram, it might say 0 or 2. This one, on the other hand, is surprisingly accurate. It says on the package that it's good to 1/100th of a gram, which means if something weighs 100 grams, it should weigh exactly 100.00. And so this is the uncertainty we have in each balance. Now, normally we would do this with expensive balances at school and less expensive balances at school, and I would tell you that the cost of the instrument usually tells you how good the measurements are. In this case, it's not the same. This one actually costs more. This one cost, I think, $14, and this one was more like $50. The difference is this one's been used a lot and not taken very good care of. So I'm going to write down some measurements here, and what we're using are some standard weights. These are used to calibrate things. This is 100 grams. This is 50. This is how many? 20, 10, 5, 2, and 1 over there. And let's just see what I get when I weigh them. So starting with the 100 gram balance, I'm putting this in what seems to be the sweet spot for this balance. And it tells me I have 100.0 grams. And we're going to come back to that later. 100. Okay, there's nothing after the decimal point. If we go over to the little balance, which just turned itself off, and put it down, it tells me I have 100.11 grams. So in any case, this weighs 100 grams. Now let's try 50. This one also tells me I have 50 grams. I'm writing that down over here. You guys can see it all later. Let's try this little guy. 50.00. So they're still in agreement, but I'm getting more places past the decimal, and in theory, more precision with this balance. Okay, let's try the 20 gram. Okay, now this one's telling me I have 19 grams. Okay, that's 19, remember, plus or minus 1 gram. So that means somewhere in the 18 to 20 gram range. That's my uncertainty. This guy tells me I have 20.0, which is in its range of plus or minus 0.01, which would be 20.01 down to 19.99, dead center. Let's try this on the 10, and it's giving me 10 grams, so that's okay. Let's try this little guy on the 10. And it also is reading 10.00. So it's doing what it's supposed to do. I never tried calibrating this little one before. I had no idea what it would do. This is a 5 gram weight. And now this is telling me, first it said 6, and now it says 4 grams for a 5 gram weight. How about this little guy? Again, 5.00. So this little one is beating the big one by a pretty obvious amount. But let's go down to a 2 gram weight. Okay, and it's telling me 2 grams. Yay. It wasn't earlier. And if we put this guy on, it says 2.00, which is what this little counterweight is supposed to weigh. Whoops. And the last one, 1 gram weight. Okay, this one says 0, which makes sense because it says it's plus or minus 1 gram. So for a 1 gram weight, that would be 0 to 2 grams. That's what we'd be expecting for a 1 gram weight. It's in that range. And the little tiny one tells me I have exactly 1 gram. Somehow I've missed a line down here. So if you want to take a look at these, this is the data we have for each of these balances. So we were okay with 100 grams. This one seemed to be off by a little bit. I don't think it's really made for weighing large amounts. Then we got down to 50. They were in agreement, but this had more significant figures or more places past the decimal. This one kind of messed up at 19 grams, but with the accuracy we'd expect, we've got somewhere in the 18 to 20 range, which is okay. This again gave me 20.00 grams. This one weighed 10. This one weighed 10.0. For the 5 gram weight, I got 4 on here. It was off by a gram. This gave me exactly 5. For the 2 gram weight, we were okay. And this was 2.00, really nice. And for the 1 gram weight, I had 0, which was in the range of reproducibility or what you'd expect, accuracy. And this one gave me 1.00. So if you bought the little tiny balance, rest assured it is well calibrated. And you're going to see a lecture not given by me on significant figures.